This is STS News with a special breaking news bulletin. First Mutual Bank has been robbed. Our own Pete Sanders is live on the scene. Pete?
Thanks, John. I'm here at the bank that has just been robbed. All cash on hand has been stolen. The robber appears to have escaped. I'm here with Todd, a witness to the crime. Todd, tell me what you saw.
Oh, it was crazy. This guy came in and said, "Everyone on the ground." He had a commanding voice and a charismatic way about himself.
That's an interesting way to describe a robbery.
I'm just calling it how I saw it. The robber was awesome. And his girlfriend should never have broken up with him.
Todd, this is John in the newsroom. Did you know the robber personally? You have a lot of opinions about him in this vague piece of information in regard to his relationship status.
Oh, I'm just guessing. I've always been an observant person. He seemed like a good guy. Not to mention, he easily lifted that bag full of money. So I guess he's really strong.
Todd, you seem to also have a large bag.
It's a totally different bag. But the other guy, that is not me. If I were his girlfriend, Sheila, I'd be really thinking I made a mistake.
Pete, I'm pretty sure you're talking to the robber.
You think so? Are you the robber?
I am not the robber.
Sheila was right to dump you.
You shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, it's him.
And he's running.
All right, Pete, you stay on top of that story. We'll check on you in a bit. Next up, the ABC show The View. Will watching it make you sterile? Stick around to find out.
What's going on, Empire? The Stupid's Talking Stupid on DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid, so you don't have to. It's the week before Thanksgiving.
Yay.
Did you sit on the turkey's lap and ask him for all the presents?
I did. I said I'd like stuffing. I'd like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And then it said something anti-Semitic. And yeah.
This is just like the Easter Bunny all over again.
Something about the Jews gobbling up the resources.
I think you gotta stop going to the shed to sit on holiday characters' laps.
Right. All right. Fine.
Because when Easter and he said, "Here, hold this gun for me," and remember, you didn't see me anywhere.
You didn't see shit.
And that gun had blood on it.
That did. I was like, that. You had to be real close. Like. That goes to show you when the gun has blood on it, that person enjoys shooting people. Because the whole thing about a projectile,
it's like when you shoot him and
away, you get far away, less personal. This guy's like, no.
It was a tiny 22, but with a full bayonet on it.
That's right. Visual bit 413.
Wow, visual bits 4 minutes into the podcast. This is going to be exciting. Visual bits. I should probably get something made for that.
I was going to say special thanks to Presto Fell, who's now sitting on a train on the way back to Kansas.
Oh, I missed him. That son of a bitch.
It's all right.
Coming all the way in and doing all this stuff and not even saying hi once. Yeah. He's busy having an argument in the comment section with himself. So that train ride must be super fun.
Yeah, right. I gave him told him listen to the Bell Witch on last podcast on the left, but
no,
he decided he wants to hear himself speak at the beginning of this, and then he'll just talk shit for the rest of the episode.
Hey, well, you know what? It's you gotta do what you gotta do. There's Preston. Yeah. Thank you very much, Preston.
Thank you.
We appreciate your contribution to the show. Thanks for coming into town.
Yeah,
doing like 3 lines, kind of poorly, but then
And you are now banned.
And that's the last word we're going to hear of him. We made him go back to Kansas, and he now has the Easter Bunny's gun with blood on it.
There you go.
And he saw everything.
I put it in his bag.
All right. See, what's good about this episode is that with Thanksgiving being a week away, I don't know how much. What do you have plans for any kind of Thanksgiving outside of the people that are in your house right now?
No, pretty much. Even the CDC is like, yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, my mom can't.
That was the thing they put out there. Go, maybe not.
My mom canceled everything. She's like, no, I'm staying at the house by myself. Everyone leave me alone. Go away. And it's like, normally it'd be like, wow, you're such a Scrooge. You don't even want to deal with anyone for a holiday. It's like, no, fuck you all. Go away. I'm gonna sit here by myself, not get sick.
We were gonna have people over, and then they were like, no, probably not. They said good.
I mean, that makes sense. Because we normally have a massive gathering. I mean, not massive, but like it's people from all over the state and a couple, like people drive, for like 14 different people, and it's a massive feast. But now it's going to be like us and my parents and my brother and his wife.
Cool.
Big party.
Yay.
6 people.
Rager.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Going to 3, maybe 4, but we're kind of tired.
Oh, yeah. Mid-afternoon nap. Wake up when it's dark out at 4:30.
Might go longer, but I got to work on Friday.
Yeah, Jen's got to work at 5 a.m. the next day. I was like, ooh, so you can drive and I can get wasted. Because you got to be up.
Let's get turkey wasted.
Let's get turkey wasted.
Really, it's a turkey wasted? Give me that White Claw. Well,
I mean, people are going to... They're going to try to find some ways to celebrate, even if that means having, video conferences with their family. Because Zoom announced they got rid of the 40-minute limit.
Oh, well, that's nice of them.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, you can do this. You just decided, let's do it for the holiday.
Yeah, right.
So people can have conversations. And you know what? You're going to have that uncle that's going to be screaming about the election still.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to have a bunch of fun, stupid stories to talk about that you can change the course of the conversation. It's like, what I was thinking about. You could say, were you possibly talking about cruise ships going back out on the water?
I would just say that I didn't get the upgrade on Zoom, so all my meetings only still last 40 minutes. So they'd be like, I've budgeted 40 minutes in this Thanksgiving. I can't do anymore. Well, you can just restart it. No, not today. Bandwidth. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on my Wi-Fi is not working. I'm on data. Yeah, so you guys get 6 minutes top.
Somebody reset the router.
Yeah, we're on a strict time limit, and I'm pretty sure most of it is going to be consumed my newfound desire to say grace for 5.5 minutes of my 6-minute call. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks. It's all about Jesus. Thanks.
What about Jesus? And speaking of Jesus taking the wheel, we got some cruise ships that are finally deciding, well, it's time to get back out there.
It's like $5 to go.
Well,
so if you were going to go on a Disney cruise, Bear, now's the time.
No, especially now. No, because I mean the CDC.
Nobody will be there.
There'll be people there. Even on cruises with not a lot of people there, there's already problems. The first cruise, the first one, there's already issues.
Oh, you knew it was going to happen in the first one.
Oh, I know, but that's the thing. At the end of October, the CDC issued a framework for conditional sailing order, which was supposed to be for the cruise industry to kind of like, they have to implement safety measures to help them eventually resume operations in a phased approach. So they could first go out, they could get boats out on the water, and it would just be staff. So they could go around and make sure it works. And while the staff is on there, if no one gets sick, they're like, okay, maybe we'll start by introducing a couple of people. And they would have like volunteers where people could go on the ship. It's not going to be like a full-on cruise. It's kind of like a test phase, just to kind of see how everything goes. So it wouldn't be all the bells and whistles. You shouldn't use whistles anyway because you're wearing a mask. You shouldn't, Yeah. Air horns. The bells and air horns.
Pew, pew, pew.
So now a cruise ship out of the Caribbean, which is not held standards to the CDC orders.
There it is.
They decided, we got this.
Yeah, we're fine.
So
it's like, do you think it's going to be up to date, up to code? Well, that settles it for me.
Define code.
What code are we talking about?
Oh, are we talking about pirate law?
We're talking like 30 guys in Contra.
Are we talking about the Da Vinci Code?
Ooh, my locker code 34 16 24.
Wow, are those your measurements? Because you're lopsided.
Girl, no, that was my high school locker code.
I cannot. The only combination I remember is for one padlock, and I still own it. And the only reason I kept it and not the rest of them is because it's the only one that I still remember. Everyone else, I'm like, well, this is garbage now.
I only know it because I have a reoccurring nightmare that I'm back in high school for really no reason. I've graduated for some reason. I'm back there, and I can't get it my schedule, but I know my locker combination. But because you can't read numbers or words in your dream,
You can't.
like I can't get my locker open. I still know what it is, but it's just not working.
I can read all the numbers and codes.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
I can interpret dreams within the dreams.
Yeah, the dream of you eating a sandwich is you want a sandwich.
Yeah, but you know what? I woke up and I was like, you know what? I think that means I'm hungry. I read that dream like a book. You know what I'm saying? I need to get an air horn on here. I don't know why it took me this many episodes to figure out, oh, I need an air horn.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to insult you.
Oh.
Part of me just wanted to go, air horn bear.
You guys don't know this, but behind the scenes, he beats me.
Bear.
Over the internet. He draws pictures of him punching me and then emails them to me. And it's very frightening and it's threatening. And you know, I don't know if I can handle dealing with all this stuff. He's very mean to me. But other than that, you know, it's great. He's just upset because Stick Figure Patrick gets more screen time than him when his internet's acting up.
I'm just mad he's thinner than me.
Well,
and his workout regimen, I'd be so thin.
Well, you want to know what his workout?
I'd so thin.
You know what his workout regimen is?
What?
I mean, see, just look at how much he runs. He's always running. He's always going.
Always looking the same way. Like I don't know how he runs the other way, but he's looking back
because
Look forward, Stick Figure Patrick. He's to the future.
He's run ambidextrous. He can run both ways by facing the same way. He's very he's talented. He's coordinated. He's everything you're not. He's good looking. He's good at math. Speaking of things adding up. Do it.
Do
it. Cry, little baby.
Satisfaction.
Cry it.
Think of happier things.
So it was the Sea Dream Yacht Club owns the ship, and they had they went on a 7-day voyage that they had 53 passengers on board, and the passengers were a bunch of people in the media to prove to everyone that they can actually do it. Like, hey, we're totally fine. Like,
we're good.
We don't have any problems with anything. They tested people when they got to the island, and then they tested people before they got on the boat. And then once everyone was on the boat, they figured, well, everyone's negative. No one's got to wear masks.
No, we're good.
Right. We're fine. And it wasn't until the third day when everyone's having a good time. The third day, someone starts coming down with a little bit of the oopsie doodles. Started feeling sick. Went to the ship's doctor and said, "Oh, guess what? Ruined everything. Guess what I've done? I've ruined it for everyone."
Can you imagine that meeting? It's like, boss. I think we figured it out.
Yes.
I know how to get us back on the water.
Really?
That's right. I figured it out.
Oh, you got on a boat?
On the boat.
On the big boat.
Back on the cruise. The cruise, we're not dead. The Carnival Cruise is not dead. We're going to be out there. It's going to be great.
You have saved this industry and my livelihood, my family. I don't know how to thank you just so much. You're the best person ever.
Okay. We're going to come back bigger.
Yeah.
We're going to come back better.
Yeah.
We're going to have some new policies.
I love it already.
And people are going to be calling us the Titanic of cruise ships.
Oh my God. That's just what?
That's right.
I appreciate the sentiment, but maybe we should use a boat that didn't have so much trouble.
I was thinking about the movie.
Oh, box office
We're going to be
sensation.
award-winning.
Oh,
we're going to make a lot of money.
We're gonna do it. You're
And,
gonna save us.
and then
Hold on one second.
And we're gonna.
Diana, he's gonna save us. We're gonna be able to afford the medication for you. Tom figured it out.
That's right.
All right,
Here we go.
Tom.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Before they get on the boat.
Hold on one second. Yeah, Diane, go ahead and just go ahead and tell your mom to sell the house so she can come live here because we're gonna get a mansion. We're saved. Everyone's saved. All right, Tom, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna test them, and then when it comes back negative,
yes,
everyone can take their masks off.
You said they're negative though, right?
Foolproof. Oh yeah.
Like for surezies?
I mean, the test said so. There is the idea that like you could test like early enough and then like you don't have enough of the virus to like come up on the test. But like what's the chances of that?
Diane, don't tell your mom to come here.
Tell her to do it.
Tom's an idiot.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
There's like 1 in 100 chance.
So we'll just have 99 people.
1 year out of 100 that something could go bad. Well, that's never happened.
It never happened. They have, this incredibly rigorous system that fucked up, and now there's people that are gonna be sick. They have up to 5 people have test positive on a preliminary basis. They're not going to elaborate on what preliminary basis means, nor are they confirming that there is an actual positive test, even though all the press people that are on it are saying, yeah, there's totally someone on here with a positive.
We are not confirming or denying. There's somebody in the back going.
Yeah. I believe it.
That's all right. Preston can't tell time. That's why he was late for his fucking train.
It's weird because you're responding to a visual bit. We had a wonderful comment. If you are watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, you can go ahead and comment along with the show. We can feature your comments on the show. Like right now, we have a super fan who's listening to his first episode ever.
Yeah.
Preston Awful.
Only because he was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Awful.
And he's stuck on a train.
Yep.
He's busy roasting Patrick.
Yep. That's what he's doing with his time.
Patrick.
That was after I drove his bitch ass downtown. Which I got to tell you, 40 minutes to the city.
That's pretty terrible.
It's not, though.
It's
usually hour 10 to get to, like, Union.
Oh, man, that's pretty terrible. You know what else is terrible?
What?
Son of a bitch. I can't believe you stomping all over my words. No, you stop. Tighten up. Speaking of terrible things, a wife has revealed how she's blew thousands of dollars on vet bills because there was farts going on in her house and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the dog.
Yeah.
Got all these farts going on. It's like there's something wrong with the dog. These farts are just like they're just the worst things I've ever smelled.
Oh, what's going on?
So she posted they have a dog, Jerry, that he's an absolute sweetheart and they love him dearly.
Yeah, but he farts a lot, so
about a month ago, her and her husband Jerry were eating dinner when suddenly she smelled something just really disgusting, and her husband instantly made a face, so I knew it wasn't just me. I couldn't stand the smell and left the room. Later in bed, my husband told me the dog farted. The smell was unbelievable. It honestly smelled a little like rotten eggs, and I thought it was a one-off because the dog does fart. But it's never been this bad. But over the next week, the smell would come again and again and again at random times. Candles, incense, nothing was helping out. And then she's like, all right.
Under the floor the whole time.
Gotta take the dog to the vet. The vet recommended a diet change, but the smells just continued. She was losing her mind over it. Her husband had nothing going on with it. The vet was so confused, got a bunch of tests, cost a lot of money. And all the tests, the dog was fine. And then she's like, what the fuck is going on? She's having a full-on meltdown about the dog potentially dying. This was going on for 5 weeks. And then finally the husband's like, all right, about them farts. It was me. If you want to blame one fart on a dog, all right, fine. You want to blame
epidemic of farting. Here's the problem. What's wrong with him? Like,
well, yeah, that's the thing. It's I've got a couple things. No, get that fucking candy corn out of here. I've got a couple things.
you're right. Mom asked about it. Just saying.
Well, she's senile, so don't even engage with her.
Oh, sorry.
She's got little candy corn set up around the house with faces drawn on it.
Right.
She's like, these are all my friends.
This is candy with an I, candy
Mhm.
with a Y, candy with a K,
Candy with a K and Y-E.
candy with a Q, and candy with an F. Oh, what?
You know, Candy F.
For candy.
Fandy. So yeah,
Give me that candy corn.
have you ever blamed a fart on someone else, whether it be a human or an animal?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got your nephews in the house, so you can crop dust and just be like, "Oh, what'd you do, tiny child?" and get away with it. Personally, my favorite thing to do is when I'm at work, just crop dusting terrible customers.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's so good. Because when you work in a bar, you can just walk around and it'll be blamed on pretty much anyone.
My dog will literally just go, and then like you hear it, and then like so the camera's me. The dog will be like, "Brr," and then it'll go. Just be like, "That's right, that was me."
Just looking, it's just the dog staring at you right in the face, going, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I own this place."
I dealt it. It was I who dealt it.
My butthole denied it, which means it supplied it. But yeah, the guy went to the doctor and recommended a diet change as well.
Yeah, like he had a parasite or some shit.
I don't know. I mean, you could say parasite, but I could just say, what if he was eating deviled eggs for a month? Because if I eat deviled eggs, boy, can we not have people over when they're like when it's done.
Right.
Like I have to wait.
Has to go stay at a friend's for a week.
No, she makes the deviled eggs, so she knows what's happening. She knows what she's doing. She knows. What? What?
Yeah.
Is this you? Did you
No.
put this? I don't know. Someone on our page.
I don't know. I thought you did it. I was like, I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, this is the stupidest talk from some stupids I've ever seen, and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever's hacked our Facebook page.
Oh, that would be Vox, who doesn't understand he needs a comment by as himself, not the page itself. It's like, man, this page is really into itself.
Right?
So thank you.
Thank you, Max. I thought it was you. I was like, what are you doing?
I know.
But I was
like, ugh, good job. Oh, you're so smart and awesome, and you're handsome today. Well, thank you.
Thank you, me.
I'm my own best friend.
We're the best.
Speaking of things that are the best.
The best around.
No, what's gonna make you eat nuggets?
Oh,
unless you're a
child.
child.
Gonna make me eat nuggets.
Yeah, you all about the nuggets?
I am.
Were you even about the nuggets back in the day when it was just like that pink slime that they molded together?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was good.
That was good.
Yeah,
I think
people
they've gone downhill.
Yeah, they're like, oh, now it's real chicken. You're like, well, I don't
want it. That. No one asked for that.
Come
here, clown.
Is a clown trying to take away your chicken nuggets?
It's Ronald.
Oh, that son of a
He's
bitch.
the chief happiness officer. He's in charge.
He's the Cho. He's the Margaret Cho.
He is.
How did he get that position?
Chief happiness officer of McDonald's Incorporated. I'm not going to lie. My dad worked for McDonald's. One day he got in the elevator. Ronald McDonald was in the elevator. And the only thing he noticed about it was the fact that his name tag, his name badge that he had to wear, it said Ronald McDonald, and under his title was CHO, Chief Happiness Officer.
Is this an elected position?
I don't know.
By the board?
Forever, if you think about it. In one creepy iteration after another.
Yeah,
You look at old Ronald. Like,
yeah, the serial killer clown.
oh God.
Like
Yeah,
if you look at who was the murderer that dressed up as a clown? Was that
it's John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy?
We used to go to. We were just talking about the other day. We used to go to a bar that him and Jeffrey Dahmer used to go to. Probably not at the same time. They probably didn't hang. But it's called the L&L. It was down the street from the Playground Theater in Boys Town. Dingiest bar, and you look at it and you go, "Yep, this definitely looks like a serial killer hangout."
You're sitting in there going, "Oh, I really want to kill my neighbors."
I kind of wanted to.
All right, so a 19-year-old girl was babysitting for a couple of children, 9 years old and 7 years old, and the kids were behaving super well. She asked them what they wanted to eat, and because they were such good boys and girls, they asked for a chicken nugget Happy Meals. And like, well, shit, these kids are so well behaved. I'm gonna give them some chicken nugget Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though.
Uh-oh.
The mom came home while they're eating chicken nuggets, started screaming, and ripped the nuggets out of their hands.
What?
Screaming that she's horrible for allowing her children to eat dead corpses. Also yelling at her children for eating the meat. Because I don't know if the kids realize this, but they're apparently vegetarian. Yeah. A 9 and 7. Well, they're 9 and 7. Do you think they have these strong beliefs about whether or not they should eat meat? Or it's just the mom kind of being a bit of a enthusiast, we'll say. So then instead of getting paid for babysitting, the girl then found herself getting charged $600 for emotional damage that she has caused to the children. $300 per kid. And the mom threatened to take her to court if she didn't pay the money for the emotional damage. This is why I don't babysit.
That's the only reason?
It's the only reason.
You know what's going to happen.
Because
some vegan-ass kids.
Yep.
I'm going to give them a side of beef.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, it's my fault.
Oh, it's my fault?
That sounds like bad parenting.
Yeah, you said I could take them on like a field trip. So I took them to the slaughterhouse, let them pick out their lunch, showed them how to clean it. We cooked it on the radiator of the car.
Right.
On the side of the road, so they got to see fun cars driving past. Yeah. And they even played in the road a little bit. So, they got some exercise. And then she's yelling at me like it's my fault.
Yeah, we were talking. We met with Pratik Srivastava the other day. We hung out. Who's like super COVID recluse. Like he very rarely comes around people at all. So because Preston was in town, he decided. And I guess he hasn't been eating meat.
So other people got to hang out with Preston.
Sorry.
Interesting, Preston. Interesting.
So, but yeah, they were talking about not eating meat, and it was because they were watching all these fucking slaughterhouse documentaries and everything like that. And I'm just like, anyone else hungry? I'm kind of hungry now.
Yeah, new season of the Chef Show came out.
Pratik said, when I think about wanting some meat, I just watch another one of those, and I'm always like, all right, I get it. I don't get it.
When I think about wanting meat, I look at Grubhub.
Mm-hmm.
Or I look at my freezer because I have so much stuff in there I could put in the smoker.
Have you tried Mission Barbecue yet? It's down the street from the house. Super close.
Listen, I've been on Mission Barbecue, all right? You don't got to worry about that. I know they put up a new one right by the house.
Right by the house.
Right by.
Rabbi.
Well, I have some a interpretive thing I need to.
Are you doing an interpretive dance? Is that what's coming next?
No, I have this picture. I need you to interpret what you think the rule is that's being shown on this picture. So we got a visual bit. I need you to explain the picture, and then I want you to tell me what the rule is that it is trying to enforce. What we got here, Patrick?
Okay, we have well, first of all, that guy's a celebrity. That guy's usually walking across the street in most.
Which guy?
The guy that's on the ground.
Okay.
I suppose there's a ground. I guess it's all interpretational.
Yes.
But yeah. Is it telling you not to do something, or is it telling you can?
Well, I want you to if you could figure it out, what this is a rule for.
It looks to me like a rule against walking through, like no children through the gate must throw them over.
Okay, that's a pretty good interpretation. I'll let you see it in the. It's in French because it's happening in France.
I see infants. Don't throw babies over the fence.
Wow, you're pretty spot on. There's a French school that had to ask parents to stop throwing their children over the fence when they're running late for school. There's a primary school in Avignon that has a 6-foot fence that they close during the school day. When parents were running late, they would throw their kids over the fence so they could still attend school that day. So unfortunately,
they'd lock out. They're like, "You're too late. We're locking the gates."
And they're like, "Oh,
and then they're like, oh, really?
Oh, you think? Oh,
I'm throwing this kid over."
Yeah. Oh, he's getting to English.
Remember, we practice. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll.
So you're
the one who wanted an egg McMuffin.
You could just eat the waffles we had at the house. No. Now you gotta get over the fence.
Now you gotta jump over the fence.
No, I did bring the step stool today. This is your fault. On days it's my fault, you get the step stool. The sign says, "Attention, danger. I do not throw my children over the gate. Instead, I return at 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. when the gate reopens." The school head teacher, Sana Mazine, said that they are tired of dealing with
Sana Mazine. You know, you go to a formal dinner, you want to make it look nice, you get yourself a Sana Mazine, and she's real impressed.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, real impressed.
Yeah, they're tired of irresponsible parents showing up late and just chucking their kids over, so they had to put up a warning sign. So that's the kind of stuff where you're like, why is there warning signs on everything? Like, why does a package of eggs say warning contains eggs? It's
because people are dumb.
Because there's someone chucking their kid over a fence because they ran a little late to school. We got a
ruin it for everybody.
We have a significant update involving voter fraud.
What?
I'm sure you remember the
voter fraud update.
I'm sure you remember the
fraud.
Intense story last week about the New Zealand's bird of the year.
I do.
Well, the cockapoo, officially the world's heaviest parrot, has won New Zealand's bird of the year vote. Yes.
Yay.
Congratulations to the cockapoo. I know that you were all glued to this program, waiting for the results that you definitely didn't take time to look up.
Nope.
I mean, they kind of threw some shade at the bird in the title for the story, called it a fat flightless parrot named Bird of the Year. I mean, wow, you gotta throwing out the heat at a fucking bird.
That was kind of like our headline 4 years ago.
Our headline?
Yeah.
Oh. I think about for the show.
Like this bird.
For
like president.
I was gonna say, like, when did our show get a headline that evolved?
It should involve a fat bird.
You're the fat bird.
You are.
No, you are.
Your face is.
No, we're gonna show. We're just gonna move on, because instead of fat flightless birds, we have to worry about a supermarket chain in China that is using interesting language to describe sizes of clothing. We have the signs where the suggested women's sizing chart, which was a guide intended for women between the ages of 18 and 35. They said that when they laid out the different heights and weights associated with clothing size, Each size also included an adjective used to describe it. Small sizes were listed as skinny. Medium sizes were listed as beautiful. Large sizes were it's so terrible. They go from skinny, beautiful, and then large sizes there are rotten or terrible. And then the double extra large sizes were extremely terrible.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so if you ever go to a store and you're like, let's see, what size shirts do you have? Oh, like in this red shirt, what sizes do you have in the back?
Terrible.
Well, like you don't have a lot of them, or
I mean, I've got a lot of rotten.
oh, like the shirts went bad. I don't understand what you're
It's
saying.
rotten and it's terrible. Okay.
Okay, do you have any that are not rotting away, like the fresh ones?
Tin egg. Hey, we got any not rotten?
Oh,
Yeah,
we got the fucking gross.
Oh, you want fucking gross ones?
Oh, no, like, is it like dirty? Like you can't wash it
Look,
beforehand?
I'm not here to explain shit to you. Do you want a terrible, rotten, gross shirt or not?
Sold.
Sold.
That's pretty fucking harsh when it comes to, like, I mean, they China's been known for body shaming people in the past, like with restaurants weighing their customers beforehand and charging them appropriately. Well, appropriately, giving them portions based off the size they are. But just like, yeah, we have clothes ranging from, oh my God, you're so perfect and normal, to fucking ew, why'd you leave the house today? So, you know, whatever your needs.
Whatever. It's we got all the stuff. We've got all the things.
Keeping up with our international stupid, we got a story out of Thailand where TripAdvisor is saying, maybe shut your mouth or don't even go there. They
Is that what it says? When it was read, it says, maybe shut your mouth or don't even go there.
I mean, I feel like that's like the internal memo of like, hey, can we put something out that says like, don't even go there, just shut your mouth.
Sure.
So Travel Advisor, the company, posted a warning on the Seaview Resort in Koh Chang Island, about 300 kilometers southeast of Bangkok, warning potential visitors about a previous incident where a guest was jailed for posting a public complaint about his experience. Now, I've been to some interesting hotels. Some there for the most part okay, at least. Some of them that are just like really good. But I've never been to such a bad one that I've left a bad review while I was still staying there, because it kind of feels like you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Because like if they don't care enough to have the place look good anyway, they're probably gonna fuck with you still.
Probably.
Like, oh, you don't like that there's lice all over your bed? Oh, look at this guy, too good for lice bed.
Sorry.
The warning said that this hotel or individuals associated with this hotel filed criminal charges against a TripAdvisor user in relation to the traveler writing and posting online reviews. The reviewer spent time in jail as a result, and TripAdvisor serves its users best when travelers are free to share their opinions and experiences on our platform, both positive and negative. Because a man from the U.S., his name is Wesley Barnes, he was arrested and charged under Thailand's strict defamation laws for posting a critical review of the resort online in June. He wrote of encountering unfriendly staff and accused the hotel of modern-day slavery following a dispute over a corkage fee. Yeah, see, you were all on his side. You were all on his side.
Really? And then I heard, it's like, sir, we can't take that out without a corkage fee.
But I don't wanna.
Well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have one of our employees come over and cork the bottle and charge you.
This has got to be what they felt like in the Holocaust.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
This is like slavery. Are you charging me to put a thing on a thing?
No, I mean, yes, I'm charging you.
I'm telling. And I will burn this place to the ground.
Oh.
I'm going to
Okay.
go to your house and stab your child in the eyes.
See, that's excessive.
I'm going to shit on your mother's grave.
Wow. And she's not yet deceased, sir.
I'm going to sink this island.
Oh, okay.
You guys
So
are being
you're
really
still-
unfair to me.
You're still going to have to pay for this corkage fee. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? You know what I'm going to do?
It's under protest.
These guys were totes mean to me. They forced my hand and made me feel like I was in danger. And they said some really mean things to me. And I don't really think that you should go to this slavery farm where they murder small animals and
Wow.
and they set fire to a local orphanage, and then they peed on me in my sleep, and then they stabbed my fingers with these weird knives that can only be described as poop knives. And quite frankly, they were rude to me. Ha! Take that. That's online forever. Hold on, I get flagged.
Yelp would be like, I think you need to call them directly and try to settle their differences. Remember those people that like set us at the shrine, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is all inflammatory and derogatory, and they go, yeah, you should call them and ask them to take it.
Yeah, I remember there was someone that posted this really long review about you personally, like attacking you, and I don't even think you interacted with them.
No, they were the women that we kicked out of the bar show, and then she brought back all the pennies.
So she walked out on her tab.
Yeah.
But we still had her information.
Yeah.
So we called the police and said, hey, this is the person, and they walked out on this tab.
And they stole, essentially.
Yeah, they stole, what was it, like $33?
It was like 34 bucks, 30 something, whatever. And I called the cops, and they're like, all right, what do you want? I go, I want them to pay their bill. Because they were rude, and they interrupted the show.
Yeah.
And we it was, when we were doing the bar show, they interrupted it, so we kicked them out. And then so she's like, I'll never forget, she calls me. She's like, you called the cops on me? I'm like, probably. Why? Did you leave without paying your bill? And she's like, yes. And I go, all right, then absolutely I did. I go, because you essentially stole from this place. I can't believe it. You were ridiculous. Even the cops said you were ridiculous. I go, I'm pretty sure the cops tried to get you to come pay this thing so it could get off of his desk.
Yeah.
I go, the only person ridiculous is you. And I go, she's like, well, you guys aren't open until 1, and the only time I could come tomorrow is at 10 in the morning. So I hope you're ready to be there early. And I go, oh, we have an event here, so I'll be here anyway. And then she came in with a bag full of pennies.
What kind of bag, though?
It was a medical bag.
It was like a biohazard bag.
Yeah.
And a bag,
like, cool.
A bag full of pennies, and then she's like,
and she goes, I want to see you count them. And I go, no, I really don't fucking care that much about it. I go, here's your receipt.
Did you be like, no, I trust you?
Yeah. I go, I'm like, so have a good time, bye. And she's like, no. She's like, because I don't want you calling the police saying that it was short or whatever. You're going to have to count them. And I said, and I was like just about resolved to being like, okay, this is going to be the slowest counting.
Yeah.
In the history of counting. 1.
It's like 2, you pick up one.
What year is this one? Oh, it's 1985. Interesting.
Oh, that's a good year for pennies.
3. And then all of a sudden, Randy, one of our actors, just sticks his head into the door and he goes, hey, is that a big bag of pennies? I'm like, it sure is. And he's like, my brother is a coin collector and he would love this. He's like, how much is it? I was like, $37.14. And he's like, I'll just give you, I'm like, you give me 37, you're good. And he's like, yeah. And so I was like, 10, 10, 10, 5, 7. Got it.
Nailed it.
Have a good night. Go fuck yourself. Have a good night. Don't come back.
Oh, man. She was so excited to try to fuck you over, and you could not have been more accommodating for it.
I was so ready.
We had a customer
complain. Still be there counting. What?
We had a customer complain that so it was a couple and their 2 very small children, 2 young boys, and they're probably around the age 10. They were running around the bar. Mind you, we are a bar. We are not like a family establishment. We're a bar where you can bring your kids in, but fucking watch them. So these kids are literally running around the building, almost running into people, trying to climb all everything, climbing over our gates on the outside to try to get up on top of a tent.
Ugh.
Like they're being fucking nightmares, right? So we tell them, hey, can you watch your kids? They're just running around and causing a scene and almost hitting people. And they were so upset that we told them that they had to watch their kids at a bar that they went and they wrote a review. They said, these people, I don't know what changed, but we've been coming here for years. And today they were yelling at us about our kids who were just standing around at the crane game while we were outside finishing our drinks. They were outside drinking for like a half an hour while the kids were running around inside the bar. Like, and when they said we have to watch our kids because there's drunk people that will abduct our children. It's like, yeah, that's what we said. We didn't say, you guys got to watch your kids because they're almost hurting people and they're climbing over things that are hazards. We definitely said some drunks will abduct your children if you're not paying attention.
People used to think that Lombard and DeBevick's was like a fucking McDonald's play place. Like these women would come bring their kids, and they're running around, and I was just like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "And I get to be mean here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my job."
Mm-hmm.
Like, walking with a tray of burgers, I'm like, "Cool, I'm gonna drop this on your face." You know that, right? She's like, "What did you say?" I go, "I told your kid to get out of my way. I'm gonna drop the burger on his face." And she's like, "I can't believe this." I'm like, "You're at Ed DeBevick's. Get out of the way."
Ed DeBevick's, for people that don't know, is a restaurant where the servers are supposed to be mean to customers.
Yep. That's why I can't serve anymore. I can't go back.
Yeah,
go back.
I had to go into management because I couldn't deal with the actual just serving people anymore. Because like I can handle like a customer complaint here and there, but like dealing with every customer every time. Ooh. I like to do the walk by. How you folks doing? Everything okay? Okay, bye. I don't have to stand there and talk to them and listen to them.
Right.
Ugh. Listening to people is the worst.
You want more what? No.
Fresh out of that. Speaking of things that people are fresh out of, there's a gentleman in China. His name is Wang Shankun. Yeah, I know, right? Shankun.
No.
Oh, what?
Wang.
In people used to joke about selling a kidney just so they could afford to buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Wang was 17 in 2011, he actually sold his kidney so he could buy an iPhone 4 and an iPad 2.
That's why I don't understand iPhone people.
Yeah, you know what? You just don't get it, okay?
It's the worst.
We're better than you.
We're better than you. Our phones are more expensive. That's
you
why
can't. Oh, what? You could personalize your phone to have an experience made just for yourself. It's super easy to do stuff. What? You can replace the battery in your phone.
Oh my god,
gross.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want it to all be one thing, and then when I drop it, I want the screen to shatter.
And the back screen. Oh wait, it's not a screen. It's just a glass panel for some reason.
It's a glass panel. Cool.
Great. So now I can cut my fingers on both sides of the phone.
Right.
Well, back in 2011, when he sold his kidney, he of course did it on the old black market. Because an organ harvester approached him.
How do you find that?
An organ harvester approached him online.
Oh my god! I know, but you had to be in the right spot. Like,
hey, you post something on Facebook, like, ugh, I would kill to get an iPad. People are like, I got someone in mind. Like, it's like, ugh, I'd give up an arm and a leg.
Go to a specific website. You can't just be like hanging out, being like, "I'm in Taiwan. Where are you?" "I'm a kidney harvester, and if you want an iPad, go ahead." Like, it's not that easy.
It's like when you're you go to like a community page, like, I'm looking for recommendations.
Yeah, on Craigslist.
Yeah. No,
I got your kidney on the L train. I thought it would be good for me.
I saw you drinking water.
An iPad and an iPhone.
I saw you drinking water and I thought, wow, his kidneys must be functioning very well because he drank a lot of it. But now here's the problem. He is currently bedridden and attached to a dialysis machine after suffering renal deficiency.
Did that less than reputable fucking kidney transplant not work out for him?
What? Just because he underwent an illegal surgery.
You hear that? I hope you have a Yelp account because I'm about to light that shit up.
Well, as long as you're not in Thailand, because they'll arrest you for that.
Do not recommend.
The operation was performed by 2 doctors employed at local hospitals.
Doctors.
Well, no, they're actual doctors. The problem is that he developed an infection in his remaining kidney after, like, a few months after the surgery, resulting in organ failure.
You got to take like a severe amount of medicine.
Yeah, now he has daily dialysis to clear the blood of his blood of toxins. So thank God you got that iPhone 4 and iPad 2.
Right?
Like you
Is that
couldn't wait.
Is that what it was at the time? Did you look it up?
Yeah, that's what he has. He did that.
That so iPhone 4, I'm pretty sure, is the phone that Preston just got rid of.
Yeah, probably.
So,
he's in a family that couldn't afford the phone, so he decided, like, fuck it, I'll just get a kidney removed, just so that way he could show off to his friends, like, look, I got the new phone. So what's gonna happen when the
iPhone walk though?
Oh, it's because he's he's in bed on his phone all day. So good thing he's got a sweet phone.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you may have a new phone, but you can no longer walk.
Yeah, what happened when the 5 came out? He's like, I could probably lose a few toes.
Oh, what's next? The liver?
I don't even want to know what he's up to now with the 12 is out?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's probably just like a thumb and a head. You just
take my face.
Here we go. It's a visual bit.
You can't give him the thumb. He needs the thumb, otherwise you can't use the thing.
That's what I'm saying. You have to have your social media thumb. A little bit of good news in here. In Belgium, the government of Belgium is offering a special exemption from the country's strict coronavirus measures to St. Nicholas, so that way he can still deliver presents on the morning of December 6th. Why do they get it 19 days before me? I want presents that early. What is this tradition? Give me presents early. Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
No.
Good, because unfortunately, due to a Windows update, I got a bunch of screwed up things, and I didn't have time to put together our Stupid's gift guide for the Christmas season.
So if we had it, we'd be able to do it.
So we're going to. I'm just letting you know now. The next episode, episode 523, will be the week after Thanksgiving. We are going to have the Stupid gift giving guide for 2020.
Ooh, can't wait.
I know it's going to be exciting. Let's see. Let's go.
So here's the thing: we do this almost every year. Or is this your first year that we're calling it that?
The gift giving guide?
Yeah.
I mean, we always do it, and
we should make it a thing. We should like it.
It is a thing.
I mean, it is, but we've never been like, hey, like I think it's an event. I think we've got an event for the future. Like,
well, now that I can actually show pictures of the items, it's really gonna make it pop. Because before we'd talk about them. It's like you can always say like, well, here's a rock in a pouch in a fantastic leather pouch. You can't.
Right. I think we need to start. I love event programming. Like one of my favorite event programming used to be for the year, like was it around Christmas time, was my friend Larry, his dad used to send out a passive aggressive family letter. It was the best thing.
Did he know it was passive aggressive? Like, was he doing it on purpose, or is he just kind of like a bad person?
Really, that kind of guy. Like, he's a real nice guy, but to his kids,
like, give me an example.
Okay, so we would say, like, we call him Larry, and we call him Larry. Like in junior high school, we called him. He was always Lawrence.
Okay.
And like one upperclassmen started calling him Larry freshman year, and then it just kind of like stuck, and then now it's Larry.
Yeah.
And so his dad would always put Larry parentheses as he calls himself. And like Larry went through a period where he was changing majors and changing schools. He was at U of I, then he was at Columbia. He was at U of I, and then he went to UIC, and then he went to Columbia. and that would always get discussed. But in like, Lawrence still doesn't know what he's doing, and he'd talk about like whatever car that he's bought, like ridiculous car. He has traded in the reliability of his Z3 BMW for a Dodge Charger, like neither of which are great in snow. Like, it was just the best. It was the best.
That's so good that he's just like, yes, he's done this because he's an idiot.
It was always my favorite.
He's doing this now because he's given up.
It was always the best. And we would be like, oh, the letter's here. Yay!
He doesn't do it anymore?
No, they finally put a stop to it.
Who's they? Like the kids rose up and took him down?
Like Anna and Larry. Yeah, his sister. His older brother, Howard, is...
the duck?
No.
Oh.
Howard lives with them still. He has to. It's a thing. And his thing was always very much like Howard loved to go to like Vegas, and Howard loves the Cubs. And he would, talk. Howard is still waiting for a Cubs win in the World Series, not giving up hope. And he has taken his time to spend or to tour the different parks in the area, and of course visit his home away from home, Las Vegas, and everything like that. And then Anna's was about her art and everything like that. So finally, it was just like, I think what happened was Anna wrote one once. She asked her dad if she could write it, and then he edited it, and then I think that was the last one.
So when she came through, she's like, okay, so actually everything's pretty great. It's all wonderful. He's like, puts in parentheses,
like, I need more Stark. And there was something, and he edited it, and she's like, that's not what I wrote. And I was like, oh, censorship, Christmas censorship. This is the best.
So did she know it was edited before he sent it out?
No.
So she's like, you guys.
So like her aunt like talked to her about it, and she's like, well, what I wrote or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, like, I guess the aunt, who was very much like her, Anna's spirit animal, was like, I want to see the original, like all very like, it was just so great. It was my favorite time of the year. And then it just had to go because, it was something. But
guys, don't worry. I wrote the letter this year. It's going to be amazing. I really essentially some wonderful things about you guys.
Right.
It comes out. It's like,
where's the sarcasm? Where's the veiled? I don't know.
What? Where's the veil? There's always a veil on here. Sorry, it wasn't a veil.
I'm thinking about the word. I can't. No.
What? No?
I'll get it like 5 minutes from now.
Okay, no one cares then.
Yeah.
You know what people do care about? Being woken up. Ugh. In England, there's a problem where a 21-year-old in the early mornings when it's still dark out would drive around in his red pickup truck, turning off his lights and shouting out the window at him and passengers would shout at the top of their voices, screaming things like, "You can't call the police because you can't see us," and "Wakey, wakey, time to get up."
Well, at least it wasn't eggs and bakey.
I know these. If you, it's one thing to wake me up, but if you do it with the rhyme, oh, we're gonna have problems.
And you.
There's they would shout on a megaphone, just driving up and down streets, up and down the same road, just "Wakey, wakey," and the officers caught him, and they issued him a warning, which is like, okay, well, he's got a warning, not a big deal, right? But apparently the warning there is it means the driver's car can be seized if he gives residents further unwelcome wake-up calls within the next year, even if it's not the same car. Like if he's like, "Hey, can I borrow your car?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem. I have no issues." And then it gets taken, and you're like, "Hey, where's my car back?" They took it.
Why?
Racism, probably.
Racism? Did they say something racist to you?
No, but you could see it in their eyes.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I don't think that's what it was, but okay. Can I get it back?
Maybe. You know, like
Maybe.
I couldn't get it back.
Yeah,
Like, so I mean, I tried.
you tried.
Yeah, I was
Really
like,
hard?
hey, can I get that back? And they're like, no.
Well, you tried.
Yeah. So I mean,
Sometimes that's all you can do.
so I think it's just important to know that it's neither of our faults, and we're both in the same situation here. So I'm
Well, it's
I'm
your
gonna
fault.
go.
I mean, it's your fault and racism's fault. I don't think I'm.
Oh yeah. It's definitely racism.
I have the worst time being woken up. I hate it now because I've always hated being waken up. But the problem is that I also have the mask thing on.
mhm.
And if I get startled asleep, I forget that I'm wearing it. And then I'm like, something on my face. You know? Like, it's like, huh.
You can't fall asleep watching Alien.
No. Someone made one of those once. They made like the
face hugger CPAP.
Face hugger CPAP. I'm like, you have issues.
Ugh.
But I got woken up. Somebody did something out. I think somebody was in the kitchen. I heard it and I woke up. So like I leave on my closet door. I leave the closet door open. It's like one of those accordion ones.
Yeah.
I leave it open and then I kind of use it as a coat hook.
Sure.
And so I put like hoodies on there or my fleece or something like that. And I heard a thing. I kind of woke up and then the first thing out of the corner of my eye, I think I see somebody standing there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my hoodie. It looks like a person.
Yeah.
So I take this that's by my bed.
The water cup.
Throw it. That was my quick reaction. Like, ha! I did not know what was going to come next. But then what came next was I had to clean up a bunch of water. But
yeah, sure. Thank God you didn't have like a glass of water.
Right? Smash.
Speaking of throwing things, have you seen any fun inflatables in people's yards for Christmas?
Not yet.
Not
like,
yet.
We have our lights up, but not a lot of people have like those things. Look terrible with no snow.
Yeah, they look a little weird.
It looks dumb.
What's even more dumb is when like during the initial shutdown of the pandemic, it was like April. We're walking around and there's deflated like snowmen, like entire scenes in people's front yards.
That's the prospects of our year personified.
I'm like, it's April. You've had time to pull this down. Everything's shut down. You're not leaving your house. What are you doing that you can't get Frosty off the front yard?
Yeah,
it was there.
In the garage.
We were walking through that neighborhood for almost a month before we stopped actually seeing it. It's like,
I think if you go past February with your shit still on the lawn, it should be free reign.
Yeah.
You should be able to take it.
Yeah.
Be like, well, you clearly don't want it because you're leaving it up. And
a department store in Australia, Bunnings, they had to remove what was apparently a controversial Christmas inflatable because people were complaining that it was inappropriate to sell. It was a $129 inflatable that was like 6 feet long, and they put it out because it was a fun little thing. I thought, oh, it's a cute little display, and I'll even show you it. We have a axe throwing Santa with a reindeer attached to the target, and the target rotates. So it's a fun little display. That's like
terrifying.
What are you talking about?
This is what you get for not being Rudolph.
You can't lie. You can't leave my sleigh. You dragging me down, huh? You better fucking glow. What's wrong with I mean, you watch magicians throw knives at bullseye targets, you know. So
you can go do this yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
there's tons of axe throwing places now.
It's become a huge market. There's an axe throwing place right by our house that we got. That I'm like,
have you seen the video of the woman who throws it and it kicks back off the ground and comes like right back in her head? I love that video.
Yep. That's why Like the idea of
She
throwing
ducks, and
axes.
every time she ducks, I go, oh.
The idea of going to an axe throwing place is like, oh, cool, you can throw axes, and then you've seen some videos of you throw an axe. She's not doing anything wrong. She threw it right at it. It just so happened to hit in a perfect way that it decided to ricochet right back at her.
Yep.
And I'm like, do I want to have an axe in my face?
And I've tried it, and I did not enjoy it. I was not very good at it, and I still don't know why.
Is it you don't know why you're not good at it?
I think it's because I couldn't get the rotation down.
I was gonna say, do you think it's because you saw that video first
Probably,
and you're like,
I
don't really want to try that hard because I don't want an axe to the face.
I don't want to die.
But then you see the cool ones where people use 2 axes on 2 targets and they get double bullseye, and you're like, oh, that's sweet. I want to do that. And then you watch the video of someone almost getting decapitated, and you're like, okay, less sweet. I'll give you that.
This weather change is killing my freaking allergies, my sinuses. Like, why is it 70? I mean, I'm happy that it's 70, but why is it 70?
Yeah. Like
and especially now with everything going on,
mm-hmm.
I wake up and I'm like, oh, I got it. Oh God, and I'm just like, oh, it's my sinuses. It's my
with how dry the air is lately, and the fact that I have to wear a mask at work, and I'm basically screaming for 10 to 12 hours a day because you can't just have a conversation anymore with the mask on and the music in the bar. I have to scream at people just to have a normal conversation from 6 feet away. So I just have like a sore throat almost constantly, and I'm almost always losing my voice. Like by the end of my work week, like it gets to be like middle of my shift Saturday, I'm like, I'm just not going to talk to people because it hurts. I go through.
I got super froggy. I hit Preston's vape pen that he got from Colorado pretty hard last night.
Yeah.
Got immediately stoned. Like immediately.
Drugs are bad.
Like, I also get like super froggy because when I do weed, like when I smoke weed, it hits my vocal cords pretty bad. But I was just like, I'll try it. Like I swear to God, the shit I was talking about last night. Like I got immediately. Preston goes, "Your eyes went really wide," and then it was like, because it's from Colorado and they don't play around. Like he's like,
well, they're not.
And I'm like, I was like,
I can do it.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
With the holidays coming around, people are doing a lot of online ordering for gifts and everything. We've got some porch pirates. And now while there are always fun videos of people with their like the Ring cameras that have on the front doorbell, you get to see people they'll try to steal a package, but then they'll get chased away. And this one lady broke her leg when she was running away because she ended up stepping in like a little bit of a divot of the grass, and then the person who was in the car just drove off without her. It's like, wow. I hope that was worth it for a wax warmer.
My favorite's the glitter bomb guy.
Yes,
I love that guy.
He's an engineer.
It's a lot of money to be spending just to get people, but like because he gets his cell phones and
right, but
work, and
he's also a let's see, he's also a huge YouTuber,
right?
Where he gets like the glitter bomb thing. It gets 50 million views, 84 million views. You know how much money he makes on that with YouTube ads alone. So yeah, he did this thing where they'll make these packages where there's cameras inside of it, as well as a top that opens up and shoots glitter out, and there's also like a fart spray.
Yeah.
So as people go to open it up, it just shoots glitter all over their car.
No way.
Let's see.
Come on. That's real.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, I want to get a ring. I want to get a ring thing because I think one of the things that I love. We don't get packages stolen here, we get Grubhub stolen because sometimes they'll go to the door, like next door, 2 doors down,
Yeah.
and like I've had food like go missing, and I'm always just like, "Where's my Buffalo Wild Wings?" You know?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, it says delivered." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but did you go to the right house?" Because I mean, honestly, someone knocks the door, you open it up, they're like, "Buffalo Wild Wings," and you go,
Sure.
"Thanks."
Okay.
But I always put it like I got to put directions now and to be like, "This is the way that like the house has this car and the quit bringing me. I'm tired because I got food snagged like 5 times. We don't really have any packages go missing."
Okay. So just let me know when you got stuff that's getting delivered, and I'll just I'll definitely not come over.
Right.
Definitely not come over.
Definitely.
Anyway, there's a gentleman in South Carolina that went through and someone posted on a Facebook group for like the neighborhood where this guy in a green and red North Face t-shirt, he stole something off of this person's neighbor's porch and threw the empty package in my trash can, then stole the package off of my porch. All of this was on camera and stuffed it in his backpack with whatever else he had stolen in the neighborhood. And then they notified the police about it. The next day, the police department posted on their social media that that same criminal that just got posted, like with the proof and everything, showed up for a separate thing. He showed up to court the next day wearing the same exact t-shirt.
Like, you're famous. I've seen you on the internet.
He had some other thing that he had to show up to court for. He shows up wearing the same clothes he just committed a bunch of crimes in. And the police are like, "Hey, I just saw you on Facebook stealing shit." Gotcha.
Come here. It's like those people that drive out, they get their license taken away, and then they drive out from the DuPage County Courthouse, and there's a cop waiting.
Yeah.
They're going to watch you leave. Like, don't get in that car.
Yeah. Why would you? I don't know. I love it. That's the kind of shit that's like, ooh, at least there's a little bit of good karma in the world where someone's gonna be that stupid, but they definitely get caught right away.
The worst part is those ring lights, they look like ring lights. Like, you look at that, if you look at that doorbell,
yeah,
and you see that, maybe that's not your target.
But the thing is, I don't think people are looking at the doorbells. They're looking. Well, stop telling people how to be better thieves.
Well, don't be stupid. You don't get caught.
Just how about don't steal? That's a better message.
I know, but Patrick, they're not going to do that. So
okay, well, maybe if you would give them a better message.
Okay, don't be stupid and steal. But don't be stupid while you steal.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. There it is.
I hit the wrong button.
I was going to say, don't you label these things? How dare you?
I do, but I have one that's the music for it, which is because I can't use the actual music.
That what I just said with that sound effect sounded like a soap opera going to commercial.
Okay.
It's like, don't be stupid and steal. Don't be stupid while you steal. We'll be right back with Guiding Light. Hi. Do you hate fabric softener as much as I do? We bring you, that's soft.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's clean, dry as sheets.
Fuck you, fabric softener.
Oh, you got a snuggly bear? Fuck you, we got explosions and mountains.
It's all soft now.
All this softness makes me hard.
Look at that loose dirt.
We're gonna have to scrap this campaign.
No, you don't like it? Okay.
Yeah, it's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
No,
no,
don't do it.
Okay, this week we'll do it.
Okay,
because there's a little bit of good news out there about, well, just a whole gosh darn national treasure that is Dolly Parton.
Oh, yay!
Because I'm sure as someone who reads the news every day, you are aware that She had some significant financial backing when it came to a vaccine for the coronavirus.
Yeah, Moderna.
But I want
Moderna?
to shine light on a program that she's been doing forever. Well, not forever, since 1995, but it is continuing and expanding to multiple countries now.
Good.
Her program, the Imagination Library, is a thing where she sends out books to children from when they're born to age 5. So that way kids can get a foundation and love for reading.
Yeah.
She says, you can never get enough books in the hands of young children, y'all. That's not just like her. And so now they've already expanded to Ireland, but now they're starting to get even further into Ireland. Like now the city of Cork, they're starting to bring books to more than 3,000 children there. That to date, the Imagination Library has already shared over 147 million books with children since the project launched in 1995. Excuse me. She said that I know there are children in Ireland with their own dreams, the dream of becoming a doctor, an inventor, or a teacher. Who knows, maybe a writer or singer. The seeds of these,
country singer.
The seeds of
like,
these dreams.
No, I don't want that kind of competition.
You can do grunge.
Just don't do what I do. Anyway,
do grunge.
But here's $1 million.
The seeds of these dreams can often be found in books, and the seeds planted in a community can grow across the world. Excuse me.
Community seeds.
Mm-hmm. It started in Ireland in 2019. February 2019 is where they first outreach into Ireland, and it's gotten almost 5,000 children enrolled in that program. 87,000 children books have been given to the city in Dublin, where the program started there, and that's why they're expanding it even further into other places in Ireland. It's nice to see that there's a full-on national treasure celebrity in Dolly Parton, that all she wants to do is she just wants to do good. There's no
nicest. They talked to her about the money she gave to the vaccine, and she's like, "Well, geez, that was news to me, but I'm happy to help." And you're like, "Oh my God, it's $1 million." I'm sorry, if I'm putting $1 million out, I'm like, "Hey, where's that going?"
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a bill. Where's that going?
She just, goddamn, she just wants to help people. She's just the absolute nicest lady. So yeah, it's the fact that she's still 25 years of the Imagination Library, giving out over 147 million books, still going. Not only is it still going strong, but it's growing. Dolly Parton out here helping the children, helping all children everywhere. You get free books. Free books. You gonna say no to free books?
No.
You want to get your kids reading early. Dolly Parton's like, bitch, read these books. Oh, you want some more books? Here's some more. Ooh, major read.
It sounds like a poster that they used to have with like LL Cool J at the book fair. And it's like, boom, major read. It's just like, because you could buy like posters and stuff at the book fair.
Mama said, read that book.
Mom said, read that book. Did you used to ever go to the book fair?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to go all the time, and I wanted like the stupidest books that they had. They had the Scholastic Fair like book sheets.
Berenstein Bears.
All the kind of weird ass books where it's like 101 wacky jokes.
Yeah.
And then like a book on how to make the best.
They weren't long. Like,
no.
I was always a reader before that. Like, my dad used to take me to the bookstore, and he'd be like, "Go get some." That's where I started getting like Calvin and Hobbes treasuries. So like, we'd go somewhere and read. Yeah, I know you got them all. So do I. He's like, hold on.
Got that there collection.
I love them. I do that, and I do Foxtrot, and I do Get Fuzzy.
Yeah, well, Calvin Hobbes is all you need, so suck it.
I'm telling you.
Suck it.
Yeah.
That's good to do it for this week, though.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter at Patrick Newsom 42,
That's me.
at Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire podcast at Stupid's Tweeting or going to www.stupidstalkingstupid.com. You can find the live broadcast version of the podcast on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Stupid's Talking Stupid. And you could like our page or subscribe to our page on YouTube. And if you want to listen to just the audio version of the podcast, we have our links on we got Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all the apps that have podcasting. You can search for us as under Stupid's Talking Stupid. And if you do use like iTunes or if you could do us a huge favor and leave us a review, rate and review it. It would really help because we got a few ratings on iTunes, but it turns out not a lot of people use iTunes. They use other things to listen to the podcast. So if we can get ratings on all the platforms, it'll help us show up even.
Why do we care about them then?
What?
We're on everything else, and everyone's like, we're on everything else, and that's why we're not using iTunes anymore. And then why do we care about them?
Because if you just type the word "stupid" into the search bar, we're not on there.
Oh, okay.
But the more reviews we have, the more relevant we are when you search for just one of the words in our.
Right.
If you search for "stupids," you get a bunch of other stuff like Ben Shapiro shows up, which sick burn. But they don't. We're not listed under just stupids. You have to search for Stupid Talking Stupid, and then we're like the only result.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's a great name. So, and it's a great podcast. So
it's a pretty good podcast. All right.
Get everything related to the podcast at our website, www.stupidstalkingstupid.com.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to do it for this week. We are off next week.
We are off next week. There is
for the highest of holy days.
For the fattest of days.
Yeah.
We don't.
It's the best one because you don't have to buy a bunch of shit and put it in boxes just so that people can open said boxes. It's all about eating stuff.
Eating stuff. Stuffing.
What? Yeah.
All right.
That's going to do it for this week. Stupid Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later. Gobble, gobble. Okay.